Hello everybody, this is Tyler D1 here. In today's video, um, I am doing I'm doing my horror series. This is my first video attempt of this. For my first video I'm doing with this, I am doing horror movies that could be turned into video games, or could be a video game. Um, I have quite a bit of selections and options I put on a list of that I made of games that can be. So I'm gonna name off some of these and how they could look and possibly how details of what they could look like. For the first one is Halloween. I thought of a few different ways you can do that one. You could have it based kind of like the Friday the 13th, how they have it. Or you can do like you could do it like an Among Us like way, like how you have all the people around and you have one person that's the imposter. Now they can definitely do one that's kind of similar with that setting, but with a few other adjustments to that. I think it'd be kind of cool doing it like that. Or you can do kind of a storyline with it, because there's so many of the movies. You could do one game based off the story of it. The next one is going to be A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, a couple of ways I thought of this. You could do you could do like you could do the story adaptation with it, or you can do a virtual dream realm, like one where you have to sleep and all that type of stuff. You have to find them in the dream world. You have to do a bunch of stuff to like keep yourself awake and all this other fun stuff. And you could also do a deal where you can also do like an online deal with this, where you can have somebody help you to keep you awake while you're trying to fight Freddy in the dream world and try all these things to stop him. You could also do certain challenges, like other things like this, because there's going to be certain parts where you're not going to defend yourself much in certain parts. So I think that would be like the challenging part with that. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing they can do with that. For the next one is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, I think the game, well, obviously it should be. I think they should have the game straight up based from Texas. Of course, though, I think it should be a survival-based one. You could do, like how Friday the 13th is, but I think you can do a little bit more. I feel like you could do do like how Dead by Daylight does their stuff, where you have where your horror characters, and then you have all your online people you have to go after. You have to collect, do things, and you have to collect them all before they go to the other side of the gate and survive that map. You could definitely do something similar to that. Of course, there is a lot of things, other details you can do, like challenges, like other than Leatherface, which is the villain, you I think they should have the family in there too, not just him, because there's actually a family too that you can do this with. Obviously, you would have to go up against some of them too. Um, it would definitely be a really big open world game though, because you're definitely going to want to try everything you can to survive this game. So that's what I would suggest with that. Um, Not much to with that. And, okay, next one is a Child's Play, Chucky. I don't think there's very many games out there in the world that do stuff with dolls, and dolls are terrifying to some people. Of course, though, a couple of ways I can think of on this. Of course, it would be cool to play as Chucky, but if you play as Chucky, I can see his game character being very, very stealthy. And then, or you can do, and then the other thing is when you play as the people and stuff, you can definitely do stuff like, you can definitely do kind of like how Until Dawn does their story and stuff, where you have to choose who you can save and stuff, pretty much. And if you can save that person, or if that person dies, or if kind of a little twist like story, I guess, with that. Or you can just do a pretty much based off the movies with the story of it. You can definitely do that. Of course, though, some of the movies aren't quite all connected, so I don't know if they could do all that. Definitely the Child's Play ones, I would probably, if you did a story-based one, you could probably just do based off the first 3 movies, because like the other ones aren't quite all they're not all connected. I mean, they're there, but they're on different timelines. The next one is going to be a Scream. Not too many things I thought of this one, but I kind of thought of a couple ideas. I think one, you could do kind of like one I thought of you can do kind of like how you can. I was gonna see if you can. You probably do it like a Tall Tale series, where you have certain options and set of rules you have to do, and certain sentences you have to. And some certain sentences can cost you during the game because sometimes the characters will remind you those things you say at the game. So that can be it too. And a couple of the tricky things with this of a Scream game are the phones. The phones is how he gets you, and you can definitely do like challenges and stuff because little game like challenges and stuff. That's really how he gets you. He plays the game with you, so like he plays trivia questions with you. So that's how he kind of lures you, because you got to guess where he's at or where he could be, but you don't really know that until. You can definitely do some stuff like, or you can do like a kind of like an Among Us like one. Of course, so I think the Among Us would work better with this one than the Halloween one. I really think the Halloween one they can do a little bit more, but I think the Scream would work as an Among Us like setting, where one like I said with the Halloween one, somebody is Ghostface, and then the people have to figure out who the actual killer is of Ghostface, because Ghostface from the Scream movies was different people each time. It wasn't really the same killer. I'm sure there's several ways they can do with that game. Just Those are only ideas I can come up with that one. I think it would be kind of cool though. Another one on this list is I really thought of this, and there's a few details you can do with this one. And that is going to be 30 Days of Night. Of course, though, the game would be based in Alaska. Of course, the time deal they have there where it stays dark for like 28 to 30 days over there in Alaska because of that. I forgot how you call that. You can definitely do one with that because there's not too many games where you have vampires and stuff. Like, we have so many zombie games of literally everything, so I figured with 30 Days of Night, you can definitely do something with a vampire-like one. And it's dark during this time in Alaska, so, and the parts of town that was kind of at in the movie, I mean, they had stuff, but there wasn't a whole lot of. I didn't see much weaponry that you could defend yourself with. So I feel like you would have to go out and search for stuff, and that's the tricky part about it because the vampires in the movie kind of lure you to come outside because that's where they can see you and get the upper hand. Of course, though, they did get in the houses a few times, but I think. They could definitely have a deal where, because see, the way they can die is by sunlight, and they could definitely do a deal where you can try to survive that night until the sun comes up. But I don't know. There's several ideas I'm sure they can do with that one. This is what I threw in there as a suggestion. The next one is going to be The Howling. Which is a werewolf movies that that they had in the 80s and stuff. Of course, so there's other ones too, but definitely would be a survival based one or something in that. You can do a little deal like this where, because when one person, a werewolf, gets bit, that person becomes a werewolf. So you can definitely do a little deal where somebody's already a werewolf. You have to survive to not become the werewolf and stuff, but also trying to survive. Oh, sorry, a little tongue twisted there. Silver is pretty much the only weapons that you can use to pretty much kill this thing with. I think the thing with that silver and stuff, I think they should make that a little challenging, not too much, but challenging, where you kind of have to go find that stuff because silver would definitely be the important thing to have in that. And since that's the only thing you can kill them with, because you really can't kill them with this regular ammunition or anything that's not going to kill them. You got to really find something that's with silver. But I think that'd be kind of interesting. Do a howling, like from the movies and stuff. They can definitely do one with or do some with the story of it or something. Oh no. Another one I threw in here. Of course, this one gets thrown in a lot. Is an It based game. Of course, there's a ton of things you could do with this. You could do pretty much from the movies if you want to, or you can do you can definitely do one where it's like very challenging, where people's fears, because like in the movie, everybody had a fear of something, and he would literally turn into that thing or that certain type of thing, and he would use that to lure them and kill them. Um, um, but if they did it like that, Mind Fear would be clowns. So obviously that would be in my take. But if they did something like that, it'd be kind of interesting, or how they would do that. Would be a good question there. Um, um, or you can do one where some of the entities that he turned into can be bosses that you do have to fight against, and then the big giant spider you got to see in the second movie could be the big main one, and they could have it to where you have to kill that thing or you're pretty much done for. So definitely kind of a life risk one there. Um, that's just what I think with that. The next one I have, this one's just random. I didn't really think too much of this one. I just really added it because I was trying to think of ideas. That, of course, though, I know they already make so many of these, but I feel like they can do a Dawn of the Dead zombie game where you're pretty much kind of stuck in a mall and kind of trapped yourself inside of a mall where zombies are outside. There's quite a few things I can do with it. I'm sure. I didn't really think too much of this because there's already so many zombie games, but I just threw that in there just for additional stuff. The next one I've thrown in here. I have some favorites on here that I threw in here that I really like a lot. This one is going to be the Conjuring universe, or however they would call this, something with Conjuring. Now, there's about 2 or 3 things they could do with this. They can definitely do from the movies, or do a story of the movies or something. Ed and Lorraine would definitely have to be playable characters because if they weren't playable characters, I don't think it'd be very fun for anybody. I think they would definitely do something like that. Or you can do some of the people that were in the movie as playable characters too. It has to be something in that. A couple of things though I was kind of thinking that they can do with The Conjuring. If they did a game like this. One I kind of thought of an idea of. Kind of like on the third movie where the one person touched literally everything in that room, and literally everything in that room, and it ended up having a mind of its own. It haunted the house. You can definitely do a deal where you have to try to find a way to put some of all those items back in the room where they belong. Of course, though, a lot of those would be very challenging because you could do a self-defense one in here, but there's not many things in here you can do self-defense on as much. Of course, though, I think it'd be kind of scary to try to put the Annabelle doll back in the thing where she belongs. There's so many ideas with that one, though. I don't know, there is. You can definitely do. I would. You can definitely do ones where do something where some of the bosses in this, obviously the Annabelle demon would be one. I think the nun would be one because Nun is technically part of that universe, and I'm pretty sure you can throw her somewhere in there. Because two of those were very terrifying in the movie, and I don't think they're ones you want to see up close. And of course, though, um, I think this would be a very terrifying game. It'd be kind of like how Outlast has, where you're literally looking through a camera the whole time, very defenseless, and trying to survive a mental hospital. They can definitely do a scare tone similar to that with this one, because I can definitely see it close to that, but I think they can go really extreme with that one. That's all I can think of with that one, but I'm sure there's more ideas with that one. The next one is going to be Insidious. I think being inside the Further is very terrifying, especially there's a lot going on in the Further. Like, there's a ton of things going on. I mean, now you can definitely do a part where you're actually already in the Further, and your pretty much mission is to get back to your body. Of course, though, you have all these entities in this Further you have to go through and get past. Of course, though, I don't know, but that's just the really big idea I thought of that one. Of course, though, if they were to do an Insidious one, I think they should do kind of like how they have the movies from the story and stuff. So it would definitely be like that. That's what I got with that one. My next one. This is probably one of my favorite ones right now. And I have seen this one pop up on media before, and some videos have on YouTube have threw it up there and this is The Purge. There are so many things I can throw in here with that one. I don't even know where to begin with that. You can definitely do an online co-op with people trying to survive the night. You will have the other people that are purging for use, and you can definitely do a switcher. You can definitely do a purge one. Be the one to purge, or you can be the one to survive. You can definitely do a switcheroo with that. You can kind of do like you can kind of do a GTA like thing with that, but I don't think I want to go there. I wouldn't go there. I could see it being more kind of like a Call of Duty like thing, similar to that, where because you're always gonna have a weapon of some sort to defend yourself with, and everybody had something different. It wasn't always a gun. Everybody had something. If it wasn't something, it was something. They would also have, they would have a little. I can see them having like a little time deal at the top of the corner, which is detect of how long to survive the purge for and stuff. All that, or they can definitely have a kill count of how many kills you've had in the purge and stuff, which would be kind of cool. And I think if they, I don't know, they can definitely do a ton of stuff with this. I think this would be kind of cool though. I think this purge one, I think would be kind of cool, and this would definitely be a cash grab too. But see, some of these horror games though, I don't think you necessarily should make every one of these a $60 game. Bare minimum $20. But either one of these would really. I wonder how many people have thought of like some of these. I mean, I'm sure that there's some of these I did think of, but some of these like I haven't really seen many people like really try to deep think on this, but I think the Purge one is a really big one they should try. Especially for such a survival-based game, because there's so many of them out there. But this one would be really different though, because like the police, the hospital cannot help you. So I think that would be definitely the challenging part of that, of the whole game there. Okay, moving on to the next one. My next one is going to be, obviously they would do it. I threw this in here because I'm pretty sure they'll do one sometime in the future, just not yet, because there's still quite a bit of people still playing the first one. Friday the 13th Part 2. Obviously they would still have it as like the first one, but I'm sure they would do some adjustments and other things to add towards it. A few different things they could add to it though. I think the challenging ones that they had in the virtual cabin, where you had to do like the challenges and stuff, I think they should do a few more of those in those, because those ones were really kind of challenging, and some of those you had to do those right, or you weren't going to get any further. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool if they did a part 2. Moving on to the next one. My next one is going to be The Shining from the Stephen King's movie. One of the Stephen King's movie. There's quite a few things you can do with this one. Two or three things on this for most part. You can definitely do because I've actually seen a fan-made game, kind of a fan-made video that somebody made that to me when I watched it, it was almost kind of like what it would look like as a game, and the way they kind of had it look, the animation looked really well. I don't remember who did it, but it looked really well, and it looked kind of cool of how it would look like. But I think of course though, the dad would be the main baddie of it. But though there can always be like parts in it where he's always writing stuff down, and I'm sure there's always parts where he's like out, taking a walk or somewhere, and I wonder if there's like parts where you can like go over and like read like what he's wrote to kind of and that could be like the deal to keep an eye out for him, that he's about to attempt to murder. Plus, though, The Shining motels onto haunted, so they can definitely have things going around while you're trying to survive the dad and stuff. They can also do a deal where like with the little boy, where you're on the tricycle riding around in the hotel and stuff. I think that'd be kind of like one of the most terrifying things, though. Riding around, not the riding around, but like riding around, you see like these two little girls, like, how's it going? Of course, though, I think one of the terrifying ones I don't really want to run into is the old terrifying naked lady. Yeah, that one was not very so but they can also definitely do some stuff with like the maze, which is in the back part of it though. I definitely would add it in there. I heard that it's not really actually there anymore now, I guess. But I definitely think they should add it in there just for extra. And I don't know, have a few things in there. Like they can definitely do some stuff with that maze too, or something. I think the maze would be the challenging part of it though, because trying to get through it would actually be really difficult. And I think you have to. I think they would have a few set rules where trying to finish it without having to freeze to death, I think would be kind of interesting. Um, that's really all I can think with that one though. I think it'd be kind of cool though. Definitely that'd be something they should do. But my very last one, and this one is The Quiet Place. There's definitely quite a few things with this. This would definitely be a very, very stealth game. Trying not to make so much noise, I think, would be the very difficult thing. And trying to go out to find supplies, because it's kind of it does feel like an apocalyptic type thing with it too, because you really have to go out and scavenge stuff, because these entities, they hunt by sound, and I think the weaknesses of them, that from the movie that we noticed, they are afraid. Vibration, I think, is what it was. So definitely vibration, something with vibration and stuff would definitely be like your weapon of choice you need to survive, and obviously you would have some type of shotgun or something to kill it with, because that's what she shot it with in the first movie. But it could definitely be a hide and seek like game though too, like very because you would definitely have to hide a lot and stuff, and try to get whatever it is you need before they try and see you, and try not to make so much noise while trying to get the item you need. Yeah, it would actually be really cool if they did something like that. There's so many ideas that I'm trying to think of, and I know there's all kinds of other ideas I can think with all these. But I think these are really cool ideas they should do, and they really should. I think they should do these. I think gaming right now should kind of focus on creating new stuff instead of remaking stuff that we've kind of had, and it's good, and then some of it's not. But I think they should really try these, and it would definitely bring popularity and stuff, especially a lot of YouTubers who are doing like horror gaming and stuff, because I noticed that horror gaming is very popular for YouTube right now. So this would definitely be something to do. Comment in the section below of what you guys like with these, and let me know some other ideas and stuff of what horror movie could be based on a game. And hit the like button if you liked the video, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!